Hey, how's it going? Piece of Desert Ash. Just as the title says. Don't know what I'm going to do. I'll mostly do a bowl, actually, to be honest. Did a couple of dishes lately. I know I'm going to lose the majority of this. But whatever lies underneath should be really nice. Comes out a fair way. So never know your luck. How you going, Steve? How's things? How you going, Thorin? Do you want a link to come in? How you going, Blair?
Hello.
What's going on? What are you making?
I'm turning some pens tonight.
Oh, yeah? Nice. What wood is it?
What's that?
What wood is it?
That's from Rosebush.
Oh, yeah? Nice. I like that.
It's pretty.
Haven't had the opportunity to get my hands on any of that, though, yet. Is that like main branches, or is it like the root base or something?
Yeah, it's like from the base.
Okay.
So what are you turning tonight?
It's Desert Ash. I'll do a bowl, I reckon. I'm not going to commit to it because if it doesn't work, then it's not a fail, is it?
Right?
Oh, here you go. This is what it's 12:40 p.m. here, Blair.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, it's very muggy because it's just complete cloud cover too. So That's 34 in our terms.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, how are you? Soren, how you doing?
Yeah, sorry, Steve, I didn't see that. I'm going all right, thank you. I'm here. I'm present. You can tick me off now.
I'm just going to keep my camera here because I'm
Yep.
going to be going back and forth. And I'm sorry. I know I told you I'd never turn on your show, but I've got to get these
I don't
pens
care.
done. So,
I don't care. You can do whatever you want. I don't mind.
and I've missed being on here for the past few nights.
Yep.
Oh, it made me so mad last night. I was on call, and there was a kitchen faucet that was on the third floor that decided to leak down onto a second floor, and so I had to go fix that.
Oh, bugger. How long that take you?
Oh, it was like half an hour, but I mean, it takes me half an hour to drive out there. So,
Yeah. Fair enough. Hour and a half job.
yeah. But hey, you know, they send me home, and I at least send me home early. And I've been out in the shop doing stuff, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's all right then. Kind of made up for it. Yeah, go for it, Blair. You can turn. We don't
All right.
mind. It's just an extra thing for people to see, isn't it? If they don't want to look at me, they can look at you.
Oh, they don't want to look at me.
I don't know. You never know. They might want to look at your wood.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like the reds in it, actually.
Anyway,
All right. Yeah, I better get back to it.
how's Robbo doing? He didn't sound very good last night.
He's not coming on today or tomorrow.
Is he not doing well? What's going on?
Can't really say because he doesn't really tell.
Gotcha.
He's getting a sore throat from the cigarettes or something. Well, that's what he said anyway. So.
Gotcha.
But he was sounding a bit, sounded like he had a frog in his throat a couple of days ago, you know, like he was getting a cold.
Right?
Yeah. Not good at his age, to be honest, but
No.
yeah, he's got a couple of students going on Sunday, so I would assume this Saturday today is for rest his voice a bit, you know, so we can yell at them tomorrow.
There you go. It's amazing. This rosebush smells just so strong.
How you going, Jonathan?
Howdy, y'all.
How you going, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Mm. What's going on?
What you guys doing? Having a competition?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're doing speed lathe.
yeah. If they like him better, they can watch him. You see?
All right, bye, Jay.
We're giving people double the entertainment.
Mm.
You know, if something flies off of mine, you know, then they can laugh. Something flies off of his.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing pens tonight, so.
And you get the host, Jamison. All right, there you go. Look at that.
Nice. And in this corner, we got GTD Blair. On the opposite corner, we got Jay. How's Robo doing, Jay? I know you just started. I'll wait until you get to a point.
Oh, he's got some students coming tomorrow to do a turning lesson, so he's having a bit of a rest up on the voice, you know.
Yeah,
Today.
I was going to say, all right, said, how's he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a bit reclusive. But Blair asked me the same thing, and I said I can't really tell you because he won't really say.
That guy.
Not online anyway, you know.
Hey, Bailey.
Hey, Bailey. Welcome.
Hey, going, Chris?
Chris and Joy English.
Hey, going, Joy?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
Bailey says, I'm great. It's Friday night and I'm in my workshop. Hello, Herb. Herb Hooper in the house.
Hey, going, Herb? What was that, Jamson? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, Bailey says, I'm great. It's Friday night and I'm in my shop. And then Herb says, hello, everybody. Are you learning anything, Jameson? Yeah.
Rat bag.
And then Joy says, I think my new keyboard has a cold.
You gotta shake it upside down. You gotta shake it upside down to get the cigarette ash out of it, Joy.
Herb in the house. Hello, Herb. How are you?
Joy says that's my excuse for all my typos. Joy says I can't knock the ash out of a digital keyboard. It'll blow up in your ear. I can't heal.
Then I have a reason to go, huh?
They got
What are you running around in, child?
Nothing. Mountain View Turning's in the house.
Yep.
Hello, Mountain View.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. How you going, Dr. Bob?
Howdy.
I was just about to message you, Dr. Bob, but I just got in here myself.
Yeah. I was busy watching Gold Rush when it popped up on my phone. And I can always watch the rerun of it.
Right.
But the rerun of this isn't as good as the original.
Roger, you come up here on the floor.
Yours.
He's here like me.
You know the world can hear you.
I don't care. They're running around here having it.
They can. All I gotta do is turn the computer on.
So how you doing, Sarge?
I'm doing real good. Found out this morning that my daughter-in-law had her daughter, so now my grandbaby's here. And we got
Congratulations.
yeah, and we got my grandson over here since last night. He'll be here all weekend. Yeah, Herb, she did tell me. She thinks she tells me. Crazy 16-year-olds.
16 going on 21.
Yeah, exactly. Then I got an 8-year-old going on 22 because she wants to be the boss.
Yeah. Well, they try to find where they fit.
Yeah, yeah. Joy says, Dr. Bob, you may need to boost your gain on your mic. She can barely hear you.
Oh, okay.
Quit.
Well, it's about up as high as it goes, unless I move it around here. Is that any better?
Hello, Sarge's wife.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She's all.
This was Blair from Utah, right?
That's right, Utah.
All right, good. And then Dr. Bob from Chicago, or Michigan,
Detroit.
sorry.
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The closest big city.
Right. Yeah, Bailey, I've got a YouTube channel. It's just Engine Monkey 30. Here, I'll write it in here. Never mind.
Excuse me.
Did you lose your spot already?
Where? Where? Hey, come here.
I had to open a regular video in YouTube, and it wasn't loading up fast enough. But before I could hit the yeah, her.
Hey! I will knock your teeth out.
Whoa, don't want to mess with her.
Raging Cajun will come out. Joy says, my brother just became a great grandfather a few years ago, and he still freaks out about it.
I can't wait to swallow her and send her home. Why you being so mean? You don't like nobody sitting on you? That's why he did that. She's sitting on you.
Yeah, I was surprised today. Got a video call from Jappy.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't realize he was from South Africa.
Huh.
This little get together to talk around the lathe or shop is starting to grow as far as countries go.
Right.
You go back. Look, want to go say hi to these people?
Oh.
Look, Papa in there. Tell them hi.
Hi.
You see, Papa? You see that man waving at you? Oh, you brat.
You know, the funny part about it is that Italy is when kids our age,
Yeah.
it's going to be like for communications. We can do it from our wristwatches today around the world, but what's it going to be in 40 years if we're still here?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was funny when watching Knight Rider as a kid in the 80s and watching him talking to his car on his watch.
I didn't
Now
know
all,
that was a girl.
Is that his night clothes? Good grief. I think that must be hers.
Oh, really? What the hell is this?
I bet you Junior got the wrong bag.
I take you. You can go. Go. Go.
I think my daughter or my son gave us his fiance's clothes, and we're supposed to have his son's clothes. Wife opened the bag up and started pulling them out. It's all way too big, and they're all girls' stuff.
No, it's just
You're going to have to get used to buying it yourself, and then every time you see them, maybe every third time, realize it's too small.
Oh yeah, we already started that. But he's going to be here longer than just overnight. At least that's what we're planning on.
Really?
They can liven up a house.
Oh yeah, and they can tear it up at the same time.
I like to really know who's happening.
Well, that's
Probably your son.
Oh,
but you
What's
can
that?
tell that's a teenager can still tear it up. But
Oh yeah,
they don't want to clean it up.
right, exactly.
Well, you said Knight Rider. I go back to Flash Gordon
Yeah, yeah, the original.
in black and white. Yeah, and they had video vision, what they called it. That's where we get the name video from. Is the people that wrote the scripts for Flash Gordon.
Right.
They
And
were
then
trying to
Bionic
think of what to call
Woman.
it. Buck Rogers called it, I think, picture vision, picture view, or if they had a different name than video vision,
Right.
or video viewer, because it's always a viewer. So they
Mm,
nicknamed it video instead of movie.
yeah.
And then, of course, the number one detective, he had a wristwatch with it.
Yep.
That was Dick Tracy.
Yeah, Joy, to catch up on the comments, Joy said, my brother just, because he became a grandfather or great grandfather, you would too in his place. He isn't yet 50. I was like, yeah, I ain't 50 yet either. But to be a great grandfather would be crazy. And then she said, somebody's cranky and needs sleep.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah. Well, that and he's been by himself all day. The girls were at school and they come home for a little bit. Then we took him to a birthday party. So he was with us. Then Joy wants to know if Blair's still around. I see him change his camera finally. She was wondering if his camera froze.
He's
And
in the background.
yeah. And then she said Buck Rogers, what she used to watch as a kid.
And we used to go to the movie theater to see it as kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd take my brother's hand and walk him to the theater, and I was like 10, and he was 7. But I had to make sure he walked with me, and then didn't necessarily want him to sit with us and my friends because he was too little, but we had to.
Keeping an eye on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had our friends bring their little brothers and sisters, and then we stuck them between us.
Right. Yeah, the little one had to go with the 16-year-old today, and 16-year-old wasn't too happy about it, but that's the way it goes.
Better get used to it. That's the best
Yep.
birth control there is.
Yeah, and that was the main reason.
Yep.
Hey, Dark's in the house.
Hang on, Doc.
Joy's enforcing the laws on the chat. Then she says that she has a little bit of a cough. Somebody else was asking her. They're all wound up now.
no, he's ready to go to bed, and he don't want out of it.
Poor Asher, our grandson, he's stuck with all girls.
That could be good or bad.
Yeah. Doc says most of the time I have to watch my mouth here because Jay is a youngin'. Jay's the baby.
Yeah. But the problem is because of vernacular that can be localized, he could be using a dirty mouth and we'd never know it.
Right. Yep. Then Joy says, just don't want to get Jay in trouble for slip of the tongue.
Really?
Keep your fingers to yourself, Jay. Nope, Robo trying to save his voice tonight. Dark. He's got students in tomorrow.
Barry, you better
So
not.
it's up to us to make sure that Jay doesn't get into trouble.
Right.
Or
When I
get me-
came in, it was a dueling competition between Jay and Blair.
How old are you, Jamison?
44.
Oh, guess what?
What?
You're the youngest here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 45.
Oh,
I was 45 29th of May.
yep. And the young grandpa on here.
I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
I'm the
That's
oldest.
all right. My wife just turned 40.
Oh. I'll trade you.
Spring chicken.
Yeah.
And I feel 90.
Yeah, there's definitely days I feel 92.
Well,
Yeah.
you're as old as you feel and as young as you act. And
Right.
they got pills to make you feel good, so might just as well act young.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to make you feel good in this house.
Joy said that she just had a birthday a few days ago, and now she's the same age as Jay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Doing okay.
I'm gonna put some birthday candles on Mama's cake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come in here, Auntie.
Hang on. Why? Why?
Yeah, I like Chris's answer actually. He's 50 but feels like 35. I like that answer better. Stop counting at 35, Chris.
Joy said she had to step out for a few. Her mom wants pie. She'll be right back.
I'll have some pie too.
What
Yep.
type,
I want
what type
some.
of pie?
Yeah.
Me.
Darky says he want pie too.
We had pizza pie tonight because it's a Friday.
Yeah.
4 different ones. And now there's hardly any left. What you got when you get 2 teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't eat, they inhale.
Yeah. Well, my son, he always tries to outdo me, or at least he thinks he's going to outdo me in eating or spicy foods or whatnot. And every time He failed. Dark had wet burritos.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Now, if they're bean burritos, then that's not bad, but that's too musical for me.
Right.
I'm off tune at my age
Right.
when I eat beans. Oh, good. Yeah, the Mexican meals, that's another Friday during the month.
Right.
We try to make Friday something that the kids can make quick, like putting pizzas in the oven.
Right. Yeah, usually when it comes time to put pizzas in the oven, I'm the one that does that. But every other time,
The last comment, besides the yep.
family. Dark says don't have them often, but they're good once in a while. Talking about his burritos, wet burritos.
Yeah.
My new house is right next door to McDonald's. Man, I'm gonna get fat.
Yeah.
Hedge Podge Woodworking or Woodworks is in the house. Hodgepodge.
What's up, Robert? How the heck are you?
How you going, Robert?
Hello, Robert.
The one that I touched up.
So what's everyone working on at the moment?
I didn't get anything done in the shop, but I had to go dig a grave this morning and put our cat in it.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So it's been an up and down day. It's like somebody told me a long time ago, when one candle goes out, another one gets lit up, gets started. And that's pretty much what happened today.
Yes.
We have one candle that came into the world, and we had to extinguish another one. But he was 16, and he was having nothing but troubles.
Yep. I know we're coming from there, Jamison. We recently, like only 2 weeks ago, had to get our 15-year-old dog put down because he was just getting too run down. And, you know.
Yeah. Dark says, them are good, Steve. I miss him. Oh, yeah. Steve, just really hard to get your wife to make them for me. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, while I'm sitting here, I'm working on finishing a bowl.
Nice. You doing buffing it?
Well, I'm at 1200 grit right now.
1200?
I take it to probably 3000.
Lucky to get me past the 300. And lately, I've been getting into burning my fringes on my wood, depending on what wood I'm cutting for on the scroll saw.
Ah,
What you got? Ticket. Girl, I'm gonna take my picture for you.
Oh yeah, and the 8-year-olds, that's my Tasmanian she devil.
Take back in the container.
There's no peat left.
yeah, this is, I like it because I like odd shaped pieces of wood
Right.
because it looks nice. It becomes a conversation piece that way.
Right. Just like Jay's bowl was yesterday.
Yeah, this is made to hold store-bought chip dip type container.
Mm-hmm.
And this will sit on top of the other piece that I was working on, which holds all the chips and everything down inside of it.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. Robert
I'm gonna use some of your chocolate
Hotspot
milk.
says I'm making Harry some nunchucks at the moment. Next week's video.
I said I'm using some of your chocolate
Cool.
milk.
Look out for it.
And Doc says you should get some of the micro mesh, Dr. Bob. I got some. They go clear up to 12,000 grit, but it's just like glass when you're done.
Yeah, I have micro mesh. Though I'm trying to use this is for jeweler's work, and the neat thing is I can actually wash it out because it's designed to work in water. So the easiest way, instead of an eraser, is simply rinse it off under the faucet and dry it.
Right.
But micro mesh, yeah, I've got it and I like it. Mostly I use it on the lathe with something spinning because that way the dust comes out through the mesh and then it's picked up by the dust extractor.
That crack's still.
Here's the clock I had to fix. Darn light.
Light.
No, I got the glare from the kitchen.
The stem.
Yeah, I guess my wood was too thick, and then of course I got the mechanism was too small, so I ended up having, you can't see it. I tried to cover it up real good, but I had to router out the inside there to set the mechanism in a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I stained where I routed it out.
Well,
That looks good.
I've made a few clocks in my life. I got a few left mechanisms because that's what my sister and brother and that give me hints of things they'd like because like clock kits. It's a hit.
Yeah.
But
I got a few more to cut out for her so that she can do up.
But there I have to route out for the mechanism anyway because they want to hang it on the wall flat against the wall.
Oh, yeah. I just take some 1x fairing strips and cut 2 chunks like I would do a French cleat.
Yeah.
And then put a hanger up on top. And that way there, it'll sit flat against the wall. But, you know, it sticks out just a little bit just from the wood.
Yeah, but there's another way that you can do that and still hide the fact of what you did.
Right. Yeah, it'd make a box.
No, I've learned about oopses in my life.
Right.
And every oops is just a way to learn something different, to cover it up. You know, I'm not a politician, but you learn to cover up your oopses.
Yeah.
What you do is you take and put a little bit of a back bevel on the edge of your wood. I haven't got anything here, but if this was a piece of wood, I would cut it back in a bit so as the first surface stood proud of the wall, and then paint the back of it black.
Oh, yeah.
What happens is when people look, they think that it's tapered back against the wall.
Mm.
So you're faking them out unless they lift it off the wall.
Right.
It looks like it was on purpose.
Yep. Dark says I would tell what Jay uses micro mesh for, but there are kids around. Yeah, okay. At least it was clean. And then Joy says, okay, I'm back. And Mom has a piece of cherry pie with a scoop of chocolate ice cream.
Ooh.
Robert says, never had chocolate ice cream with pie before.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's hard to believe.
Yeah,
He's deprived.
I'm more of a vanilla
Right.
fan myself, so I'd prefer it to be vanilla, but a lot of times I take what I get, especially at a party or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's my party, yeah, I'm gonna try to at least have mine in there if I have to get somebody else's on another table or something.
I can honestly say I have never had cherry pie with chocolate ice cream, but that is freaking brilliant.
Yeah, chocolate covered cherries.
Oh, that sounds
That's what
awesome.
that's what it sounded like. Just as soon as you said it out loud, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Dang you, Joy.
Then Dark says,
That's it.
"Boy,
That's
I
it.
tell you,
Anyone talks about food from now on, I'm banning you. I'm bloody hungry now.
Well, we'll
all right,
order
let's
out.
see.
It'll take a while.
Yeah,
to
even Joy,
deliver.
Blair, even Joy says exactly what I just said. Sort of like those chocolate covered cherries."
Sounds
Steve,
amazing to me.
Steve says, "I know Hodge or Robert. I was just thinking that. Boy, I bet it's good with cherry pie, though."
Yeah. Well, Hodges, I like. We're alike there. I
Yeah.
love pie with ice cream, vanilla ice cream, but it has to be French vanilla. I'm fussy about that. Not just plain old vanilla, good, rich, with
Right.
real cream, French
Yeah.
vanilla ice cream.
I'm a mud. I eat anything.
It's all
Almost.
right, Joy. It's all right, Joy. Tell her I'll let her off just this once, all right?
Well, as a Marine, you have to eat anything because half the time you probably don't know what it is you're eating.
Yeah,
You're in the
exactly.
Corps.
Hey, Blair.
Yes, sir.
Joy says she's only about 8 hours south of you.
Come on over. Bring me the pie and ice cream.
Kind of melted by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better have some dry ice. That's what I was
Hey,
thinking of.
Billy.
Billy Burt in the house.
Yule. Robert says here in Texas it's all Bluebell homemade vanilla. Before that, Dark says I'm a pumpkin pie lover with whipped cream and vanilla ice cream. Yes, sir. Me too.
Yeah.
I
I
did that
prefer
today
real
during
whipped cream,
Thanksgiving.
not the stuff in the rattle can.
Yeah. I like it, the old Cool Whip where you get it in the containers,
Uh,
especially when it's put on a nice hot piece of pie and the whipped cream just starts melting. If you do it out of the can, uh, then it melts before you even sit down. At least the Cool Whip, if you put it in the freezer and then stick it on a hot pie, then at least slowly melts.
yep. I remember when Cool Whip came out, and my grandmother was over, and it was some holiday dinner or some birthday or some big reason because we were all dressed up in our Sunday best at the dining room table with the expensive uh, plates and more forks and spoons and that as a little kid that you can figure out what it's for.
Right.
And we had Ready Whip, and my grandmother simply got upset and walked out of the house. Come back about 15 minutes later, and she had real whipped cream.
See ya, Jay. Joy just banded me.
Pecan
Oh,
pie.
I can't read no more comments.
Sarge is in trouble.
Dr. Bob, you better watch it. You may be joining me.
Well, pecan pie is great, but as a diabetic, it's deadly.
Yeah, I bet.
I don't know what the ratio is between nuts and sugar, but it's probably the sugar is on the higher side.
Mhm. Well, I've got a couple metal sheds out in the yard. One's out in my backyard, and one is out in my field. And the one out in my field used to have our chickens in it when we had chickens around here. And the chickens, they pretty much destroyed it, just because it's a metal building and all their stuff just destroyed it, the walls. But the rest of the frame and everything's still good. The 4x4s is good. So my wife, she wanted it to be the dog house for our three puppies. She's tired of them tearing up the house or dragging all our stuff out at night and stuff. And so I started dragging it with my little tractor, my little 25 horse tractor, and it did good. The frame did good, but all those cheap aluminum cross members for the floor, they all fell out. So, but I was able to keep I had just put in a new floor last summer, I think it was, on top of the old wood floor that we had in there before. And I was able to keep the wood, so that's good. I just rebuilt it all. But then it started raining on me, and of course, then I had to go to the field and dig another hole somewhere else, put the cat in. And by the time I got the cat back, it was raining good, so I've been soaked all afternoon.
Well, at least it isn't snow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we've already had our first snow, and there's just finally the few pieces have melted to where the plow, cleaned the street out and dumped it in a big pile.
Right,
That
yeah.
melted away finally.
With all the dirt and sand and rocks and everything else in it that you got to go pick out in the springtime.
Yeah, well, we're on a paved road, so we don't have that problem. And
No,
frankly,
but
they
you
just
got
redid
that
it a couple of years ago.
you got that salt that they drop down that from mine or whatever it is.
Yeah, but the salt ends up going down the drain as
Oh
it
yeah,
melts the snow.
yeah. Yeah, I can't read any more comments. They're just all talking the same stuff. Oh crap! That's what I forgot to get. Crackers. Oh man. And I still gotta make them cheese balls. Whoops.
Whoops.
Not only did I forget, but I also forgot that I was not muted. Joy says, bite your tongue, Blair. We just had rain all day yesterday. By the way, it's heading north.
Great. Thanks. I don't want it.
And Billy, from the chair force side of the house, he says, I have Steve Gamma used to make them when I was a kid. Oh, I got it. Grandma used to make them one of the pies.
Yeah, I've learned not to be fussy when it comes to pies. But then again, like lemon meringue pie, I like tart lemon. I like tart rhubarb. I don't know if it's a function of being a diabetic, but I've always liked the tartness.
Right.
And
Yes,
then,
Billy. Grandma, mama.
I don't usually like just a straight rhubarb. I like strawberry in it or something like that.
Speaking of which, my mother-in-law has to make 2 pies every time that we have a family gathering because one of my brother-in-laws is diabetic, so he has to have his own pie, and then everybody else gets the other one.
All I can see is just orange.
So Blair, what type of pen you making?
I don't know exactly what it's called. Well, let's see. This one is from Woodcraft,
Ew.
and it's called the Wall Street 3.
The Wall Street Green
3. Like
3? Oh, 3. 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 5.
Yeah. Just like 2 + 2 = 5 now.
Yeah.
Man, that's last month. I felt like I needed to go back to 2nd grade myself just to teach my 2nd grader how to do math and everything.
Chocolate. Yeah, happy. But
well, a pie that you don't see often is like black currant pie.
Right.
That's something I enjoy.
Yeah,
My grandmother used to have currant bushes, and we'd get black currant from her.
Yes.
Oh, mincemeat. Yeah. My father used to make his own mincemeat. He'd make it, and of course, it would cure.
Mincemeat pie.
You better watch it, Blair. You're next.
Why? What's up? Oh, am I gonna get? Whoop.
You're gonna get the axe.
Bring it
Oh,
on.
that's too sharp.
Shoot. All right.
My crunching gets too loud. Let me know. The girls wanted popcorn, and they only take about a bowl full.
That's one thing I cannot do. I really like popcorn, but I'll tell you what, it messes my mouth up something fierce.
Yeah, me and the little one are about the only 2 in the house that can actually sit down and eat popcorn. Everybody else in the house, they don't like it for one reason or another. Dadgummit. I'm fixing to get kicked off too.
What you do?
Talking about.
Food.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about food.
Oh, Jay's hungry.
Oh.
I'm fat, and they're talking about fat.
Sorry, man.
I'll let you off maybe once or twice. All
Where did
right.
Bob go?
Hey, there it is right there. Bob had a power glitch.
Oh, okay.
I seriously thought that Jay knocked him out. Bob, I thought Jay gave you the X.
No,
I just saw my
No.
tablet sat here and it just reset itself. But my phone, which I'm following on chat, I knew it was still going on. Yeah, because I've got a program I got to disable on the tablet. It monitors
That
the
looks
power usage,
tasty.
but every time the power I turn it on, it goes through and does a complete virus check and clears memory.
Right.
So had a power glitch and up came the virus check going like mad. Oh, what tender, loving care Jay is giving to his furnace. Caressing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
caressing it with chemicals.
Oh, okay.
Why, you got more buggies in there?
Hey,
You got more buggies in there?
no, not this wood. This is desert ash. They prefer gum.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, I showed my wife when you were playing with that bug in the other bowl a few videos ago.
Well, we had another one come out, and it was actually in my lounge room. It come out of the bowl like a couple of days later. Another one.
Out of that same bowl?
Yeah.
Maybe it was in that other hole.
No, I reckon it was the
All right,
same
I
one.
gotta go mute. I gotta go mute for a little bit.
All right.
Little one fighting his sleep.
So Grandpa's magic touch puts him to sleep.
I got my my melted Yorkshire Grit.
Yeah, come summer, that's something I take back and forth when I go to the shop to the house.
The oil is separating out of it. It's getting a glisten to it.
Just shake it up. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't care. It all goes on the wood and mixes in anyway.
Yeah, right. Dr. Bob, Dark thought you went to go get a snack.
Oh, no, I'm just too full right now.
I figure that's why you left.
I just turn the camera off and then turn it back on to make people jealous.
Dark says all that grit will sink to the bottom. Stir it up good.
That's why I
No,
keep mine in the house.
Doesn't melt that much, but it's got lemon oil and a couple of different oils in it, so I think it's just one of those separating from it. It's not no biggie.
What's the temperature right now for you? Over 100?
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
36.
Sounds like a good recipe.
Yeah.
So the idea of the cheese and that on it, that's what makes it good, because I don't know about Sarge, but we used to get concoctions like that in the Air Force during NOM.
Yeah, our cheese come in as packages. And if you were Running around too much, that'll stop you from running around too much.
Yeah, I'm talking about getting beef stew in a round piece chunk of wood or of bread.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would be.
Well, we didn't stay in hotels. We didn't stay in the Ritz.
No, this was in the field.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
They,
kidding, Doctor
yeah,
Bob.
they they'd
Just pulling
fly
your
in with
chain.
the chopper.
Yeah,
Well, when you heard the chopper for meals, whatever it was, because your hands were dirty, it was usually in bread, so you could hold it with the paper that they wrapped around it, and then just eat it when you wanted to. And if
right,
you got dirt on the outside, you just eat the inside out, eat whatever the filling was, and then be a cannibal and eat the rest of it and peel it off and throw the crust away, and the animals would get them.
right.
But that was how we got hot meals. And
Yeah.
an Aussie snowbird. Okay.
I guess that's like the Arizona snowbirds when they can't stand. They leave the north for the winter and go south. I think that's
And
what she's getting at.
complain about the heat and have air conditioning on all the time.
Right.
All the locals wonder what's going on.
The ducks don't even fly away in the wintertime. They stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dark sounds good. It's like a real pot pie without the pot. I mean the pot to cook it in, not the other pot.
Glad you clarified that, Dr. Bob.
That other is the seasoning.
Right.
I like sage. Yeah.
Oh, you could be like Peter, Paul, and Mary, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Yep. I'd say when we were out at Camp Pendleton, that sage was everywhere. The edible and not edible.
Do you want to know something else about it?
What's that?
Block your ears, little kids, all right? This isn't for you.
Mine are locked up and the other one's about to fall asleep.
All right, that's good. I'm surprised it's not illegal, to be honest. But what else it can be used for?
Right.
It's like an LSD effect. Sage when it's
Okay.
smoked.
Well, I wouldn't know about smoking it, but sage is the sage that we grow, at least around Michigan, is an herb. I don't know if it has that type of an effect or not, but we buy it in the grocery store.
There's another one called Sylvia. That's more of a flower, if anything.
Yeah.
That one should be on the same list as Mary Jane too.
Then you couldn't enjoy it legally.
Yeah, I know you must enjoy it more because it's illegal, yeah. You can get a cannabis card here, but they take your license away from you straight away.
So,
That's a bit of a bummer.
so if you need it for medical purposes, you can't drive to get the medical treatment.
Yeah, because the dopey bureaucrats here, they haven't worked out that it's actually safer to drive on that than than anything else, you know. Yeah.
Okay, drum roll, please.
Oh, hang on, Larry. I'll put you on the main screen. Oh yeah, nice, very nice.
Nice.
Yes.
What finish did you use?
Tell you what, I love this rosebush stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's very nice. My lucky.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, it's not a wood.
Uh, it's not.
Bushes are not woods, not classified as woods, as you would a tree.
Okay.
Like some of the stuff that I have used uh, that I like to turn. We had a neighbor here that their house was covered in a vine since in the 20s, and it was as big around as a human body. As it grew out of the ground and around and everything, and I was trying to find out what it was and what it was, and I had an arborist give me a name for it, but they said that it's not a wood, it's a vine. And then
Oh,
bushes and all that, you can't look it up in a wood dictionary, a rose bush.
what a bummer. Jamison froze up when he was shoving food into his mouth. What a shame. It just froze right there, showing me the food. It's like, yeah, rub it in.
All right. I'm gonna get out of my shop.
All right.
I'm gonna go up into my where my other computer is because I'm freezing my butt off. And I'll be back.
All right, see
you
you,
in a bit,
frozen up.
bud.
Yeah, I was online with today's AWDG meeting out of England, and it was really interesting. They were talking about different types of mechanical embellishments.
Yeah.
And I got thinking, people kept bringing them up, and I was beating my head against the wall to come up with stuff that I've used.
Right.
And then half of what other people brought up, it's, oh, I know where that is. It's in this drawer of that cabinet. Because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But I did learn something that I'm going to go and do. Well, I don't have the tool here. The some of the stuff coming out of Sorby that have the round wheels that fit on a handle,
Right.
and they're spiked, and some of them are designed for texturing, round flat texturing. How to sharpen them.
Huh.
One of the people there is a machinist, and he said, "Bring it to me, and it'll cost you so much money, but I'll show you how to sharpen them." Like I got a bunch of these that I got some time ago because I demonstrated for Ron Brown, if you remember him, and I've got all of his set. But the ways of using them and some of the techniques we talked about. But when I was showing them off at AWDG, everybody is, how do you get such a big handle? Because that's the biggest problem that they have, even when you buy the Sorby or other people, the Hope equivalent. But there's a ton of them out there that Ron has with different size cutters.
Get my room. She can have both.
Right.
You know
And
that.
they've even got short ones with narrower cutters. And it was like, you know, the biggest thing is the size and mass to cut down the vibration
Yeah.
of the handle. And that's the big thing. It cuts the vibration down. So you get a steadier pattern. And just, you know, go to about 3 or 4 woodworking shows. Well, I did one in Detroit demonstrating them, and I did one in Virginia, Northern Virginia, for the DC area woodworking show.
I didn't start it, your sister did. Night. Night.
And we had some people in the AW is that they hadn't seen anything like this before. And what's interesting is the teeth in it.
Yeah.
And they're sharp as can be because you sharpen the top with at least I use a diamond card and sharpen the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you can sharpen them. But they're nicely spaced so you can keep going on and on and on, and you get a nice pattern. And I use that when I make my own tool handles.
Oh, nice.
I use them just below the ferrule.
Yeah. Billy says he has all 4 of Ron Brown's texturing tools too, Bob. They work great.
They do. The big ones are great, and then the 2 little ones I like because they're narrower and you can use them on a pen.
Right.
And then his one, I forget what he calls it, but that vibrates. That's a really good tool, and I've added some of my own. I don't want to call them cutters, but they are. But the part that the metal that vibrates, you cut them into different shapes out of spring steel and load them in. And it's a chatter tool, technically.
Right. Sounds like something that we used to use when I worked at the Ready Mix, the scalers. It'd be pneumatic, and the little pins would all vibrate, and it would take off all the concrete. Well, not all, but it'd take off the thin concrete off of it.
You'll get it.
Yeah. But these are spring loaded. I mean, they're made out of spring steel, and they vibrate against the handle itself, or so you can hit it and they'll vibrate. And there's point tools, they steel, and then they got some that are U-shaped in the middle. So you have just 2 points hitting it, vibrating on the wood as it turns.
Yeah, Billy says chatter tool.
Yeah, that's what he calls them, and they work well.
Yeah. Billy says you can use needle scaler on wood too for texturing. Yeah, I never thought of that until Dr. Bob started talking about the chatter tools and stuff.
Yeah, one of the tricks with the needle scaler is, and it's a pain in the butt, but being able to put points on them. Because right now, when you buy them, they're designed for taking rust and other scaled metal scalings and whatever off metal.
Right.
So it takes a while, but you can just take them and even take some out of the bundle because they can be too big. Take some out, and then you simply take them down to not a sharp point, but not just a flat. And then they really work well. But
I was going to say the ones that we used had kind of a bevel on them with a kind of a sharp tip on the one end, and then it was round on the backside.
yeah, those work too. The ones that I had years ago, they were just round pieces of metal,
Right.
Tempered wire.
Right. Well, I know if I want to do any texturing, one of the tools that I have that I haven't used much for that purpose is those wire brushes for like a angle grinder or drill, and kind of wisp over top of it. That'll put texture in.
Yes.
But usually the good old hammer and screwdrivers does all the texturing that I need to do.
Is that texturing or therapy?
A little bit of both. And especially my framing hammers for putting staples in the pole. They make nice little wedges or waffles all over the wood.
Oh yeah, a framing hammer. People, I bring them up, and unless you're a professional carpenter, I have no idea what they are anymore because they're
Yeah.
so the nail guns.
Hmm. Yeah, matter of fact, when I was working for a different contracting power company, the contract we were working on up in Iowa, their staples were thin. They were like cable staples, and we'd put it over the copper grounding wire, and they had a battery operated gas driven gun that they would shoot all the staples up the pole. It was kind of cool, but it would be a pain in the butt in the winter time because unless you kept those gas cartridges warm, they wouldn't work. They'd all freeze up.
Yeah, when I lived in Alaska, that was something that all these people from the lower 48 or outsiders, they were called, or the Athabascans called them a chichaco, because it simply meant outsider that knows nothing, that think they know everything. Chichaco.
Right.
They'd come up and they'd think they knew everything, and then all of a sudden it gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
Their standards, and cold is when you stop saying below zero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's 40 warming to 20 today. That's the norm.
Right.
And think they know everything, and then they break expensive equipment so quick. And then just throw it by the wayside, and then the natives, the Athabascan or the Aleut, Tlinkits did too. They'd pick it up, and they actually had a repair school put together in one of their Votech colleges that Bureau of Land Management put together, and they got all the tools that the pipeline people just threw aside because they wouldn't work because they broke it when it was cold, and they rebuild them and fix them and sell them back at retail price minus shipping. And shipping is often, quite twice the price of the tools when you're up in the North Slope in Alaska.
Jay, what you doing, buddy?
He left us to our own demise. We all made him mad. We're talking about food. I'm eating popcorn. You're eating whatever. Having a bowl. So he left. He had to go get something to eat, I guess. No.
Thank you for the welcome back, Steve.
I reckon I'm gonna knock it on the head. Hey, I think I'm a bit dehydrated. I'm just feeling like shit at the moment. Like,
Yeah, 100 degrees in the shed. Yeah, you probably should go inside and cool down and drink some.
You ain't gonna hurt our feelings. We don't need you sick. So you go take care of yourself.
yeah, that's why I disappeared because I was curled over on the kitchen
don't do
floor.
that. We don't want that.
Just have to start earlier when it's cooler. It won't hurt our feelings.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, we got a bit of a heat wave, and I think today was the first day of it. So,
Well, you can start.
so tomorrow will most probably be about 3 hours earlier.
I may pop in, but I'll have a lot of guests over tomorrow, so I'll let you know one way or another. I'll show up, one or two.
Yep.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
no biggie if you got plans. All good.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
All right, thanks for coming in, guys.
Just
Thanks
drink
for
a
having
lot.
us.
Take it easy.
Yep.
And see y'all later.
Everybody
See you,
in the
Blair.
chat,
See ya.
thanks so much. See ya. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.